Next week in Coronation Street promises to be an emotional roller coaster, with tensions running high across the Platt family and the Winter Browns. After months of turmoil, things are about to get even more intense as Bethany Platt, Lucy Fallon, faces a terrifying ordeal. Gail Platt, Helen Worth, suffers a health scare, and secrets threaten to tear the family apart. Meanwhile, the Winter Browns have their own set of troubles as Chesney Brown, Sam Aston, struggles to cope in Gemma's, Dolly Rose Campbell, absence. The week starts with Bethany returning home from the hospital after a long recovery. Though it's supposed to be a moment of relief, it quickly turns into another nightmare. Bethany is emotional, and as her mother Sarah, Tana O'Brien, tries to help her settle in, she receives an unexpected and worrying call from Damon Hay, Sharon Griffiths, still trying to make contact from prison. Sarah, however, refuses to engage, keeping Damon in the dark. Shortly after Sarah leaves to run errands, Bethany hears the door open, but it's not her mom returning. Instead, she's horrified to find an intruder in a balaclava. The nature of the break-in and who's responsible is still unknown, but it leaves Bethany more shaken than ever, struggling to come to terms with the danger that still looms over her life. Meanwhile, Dee Chanique Sterling Brown is trying to navigate her emotions as well, as she settles into life with her new flatmate, Lauren Kate Fitton. She finds an old love note from Joel Deering, Callum Lill, who tragically died. Overcome with grief, Dee is forced to leave the flat, unable to cope with the memories. At the same time, tensions are mounting between Lean, Jane Danson, and Nick, Ben Price, as they divide their belongings. Despite trying to keep things civil, the memories of their son Oliver, who died a few years ago, bring emotions to the surface. Lean struggles with leaving the flat, and Sam, Jude Riordan, their son, is upset by the separation of his parents. By midweek, the Platt family is in turmoil. Carla Connor, Allison King, informs David, Jack P. Shepard, and Shona, Julia Golding, that she's made an offer on their house, which only fuels David's anger toward his mother, Gail. The mounting tensions come to a head during a family row, where Gail, Sarah, and David argue bitterly. As Jess Chadwick, John Thompson, searches for something in the cupboard, he makes a shocking discovery, though it's immediately overshadowed by Gail collapsing with what appears to be a heart attack. Panic ensues as Jess calls an ambulance, and David, Sarah, and Nick arrive just in time to see their mother being rushed to the hospital. Racked with guilt, David and Sarah blame themselves for pushing Gail to the breaking point. As Gail's condition remains uncertain, Jess's discovery under the stairs starts to raise questions. He fishes for a confession from David, suspecting that something important has been hidden, that the focus remains on Gail's health crisis for now. Meanwhile, the Winter Browns are also facing their share of trouble. Chesney is overwhelmed with balancing work and family life, while Gemma takes a break in the Lake District, trying to recover after recent pressures. Chesney returns home from the kebab shop only to realize he's missed important messages about Joseph's flight for a skiing trip being moved up. With the clock ticking, he races against time to get Joseph to the airport, adding to his stress. Back at Prima Donner, Kirk, Andy Wymant, is left manning the counter, blissfully unaware that a health inspector is about to arrive. Kirk's cheerful demeanor could be the kebab shop's undoing as he fails to realize the importance of the inspector's visit. Elsewhere, Lauren tries to take her mind off Joel Deering's funeral by making peace with Bobby Liam Middleton, whom she's been avoiding. She invites him to visit Frankie in the hospital, extending an olive branch and trying to reconnect with her friends. But in the baby unit, a surprising moment unfolds. Max, Patty Bever, confesses his feelings for Lauren, leaving her stunned as she realizes she feels the same. At the same time, Dee continues to struggle with her grief, haunted by memories of Joel. Her partner Kit, Bradley Johnson, notices her distracted behavior, and as they sit in the Rovers, Dee's emotions seem to be fraying at the edges. With drama unfolding in every corner of Weatherfield, it's set to be a week of high stakes and emotional upheaval. As families are pushed to their limits, only time will tell how they will cope with the chaos in their lives. From Bethany's terrifying ordeal to Gail's health scare and Chesney's struggles, the week promises gripping and emotional scenes that will leave Coronation Street fans on the edge of their seats.